So just to kind of switch gears a little bit, and then we'll jump into our topic. Bill, I think what I heard from you earlier was that you've talked to some first responders, might have been police, fire, emergency medical responders, that said, gee, what keeps me up at night is this particular space, and I wish I could be using this for that space. Are those first responders potential advocates to be able to actually, I mean, I could go to a potential space and have a conversation, or perhaps do I go to the fire department and say, let me show you this, which commercial spaces, which schools, museums, theaters would you like to do this training in? And I'll go back to those schools, museums, theaters, commercial spaces, and propose that they pay for this scan and this training to enable you to be able to do this. Right? I mean, that's part of the question. Who pays for it? Is it the commercial space, or is it the police, fire, emergency medical responders?
Well, as for who pays for it, that's still to be determined in the situation by situation. We don't know all of them. If it's a commercial space and you're wanting to let them do the training in it, they could probably have the scan done and work with their local first responders to say, hey, we're doing a scenario. But yes, you're very right that we've had a lot of feedback from the different shows we've attended where firefighters are saying, we have these old buildings, we have these areas we're concerned. We would like to know how we would handle that if the situation came. And even with the new Pro 3, you can scan outside the building, which is we saw the one example in there, which is a command sim situation. When you come up on this building, where do we put the ladder truck? Where do we put the hose truck? How close can we get to the building without a problem? If the fire is on one side of the building, there's a different set of rules. If they're on this side, it's another set of rules, the way we have to deal with it. So that's been the discussion, is we would really like to scan this space and then run the different engineers through what they would do in this situation.
Okay, so again, Pro 3, outdoor, high ceilings, large spaces, better quality scan data, better .obj. Are the police, fire, emergency medical responders, is that someone to team up with to show what is possible and say, hey, if you tell me the space, I'll go tell them that you'd like to do a training scenario in their space, but the first thing is for that commercial space to pay for this, or to somehow figure out whether the school pays for it or the fire department pays for it, or yet some other way to pay for it.
Well, exactly. Again, the firefighters would be advocates for it. So the fire chiefs would be advocates for it. They would say, hey, we would really like to train in this space. Now, long term, again, if they need to get into the government in the area paying for the scans or something, that would be worked out with between the department and the budgets and things like that. But they're definitely advocates for getting it done. We can also talk about when we get into the RSP stuff, though, where if we're working with the fire department, they will need scans in certain places, and we're not going to be in those cities, but we can maybe find somebody that is there that can actually do it.